So Centaur World Runner is really good in this game because it allows you to catch on to that Arc Warden. You have that stampede. It's like one of the weaknesses of Arc Warden is that if you get on top of him, you destroy him. So Centaur makes a lot of sense.
I mean, Ninjas in Pyjamas, so we're still expecting what so they're saving the safe lane to last.
No, yeah, the Fata hero, I'd say.
10 seconds remaining.
Right? Yeah, will Ace take the Arc Warden mid, or will he? It will.
Well,
right?
regardless of where it goes, what's Fata's hero that's missing?
I wouldn't mind seeing Fata on his puck.
Alright, I wouldn't mind seeing Fata on his ring.
And OG as well.
You're not going to see
smart
it.
boys, see, OG ban the Fata puck.
Fata puck.
These great players, they think alike. You know,
I'm up there with OG, you know. But yeah, puck would have been super nice. You got setup, you got the extra catch ways to get on top of the TB.
Mm-hmm.
You make that stampede redundant with the Dream Car, but yeah, OG realised easy ban on the puck.
10 seconds remaining.
What else for Fata? How about Bruise out for themselves?
Honestly, they could put that. They can't. They can show.
Last pick there. OD is still in the pool, by the way. Don't know if that is something that you. Oh no, never mind. It's banned.
So Lich plus Grimstroke went through actually.
I mean, Ninjas in Pyjamas, like they must have known that Shadow Demon wasn't the support, right?
And they're playing CK versus Lich plus Grimstroke. That ult is gonna destroy your illusions. Plus Grimstroke versus Illusions works so well because of his stroke.
Dude, look at that. When Ninjas in Pyjamas, their last ban was the Kunkka. They didn't realise there was a Thompson ST.
Yeah.
Now,
Is that possible? Maybe
did they not check the replays?
They didn't watch.
This is their
didn't study.
They didn't study.
One of these teams is going to the major. Surely you're going to do your homework and check what your opponent has done yesterday.
I mean, maybe they thought the OG was bluffing and then they weren't going to do the Thompson mid again, Shadow Demon. But
Maybe.
They let Grimstroke and Lich get through the pool because they were more set on banning the mids.
In all honesty, there are so many better heroes versus that Arc Warden on mid. Like than Kunkka even. Oh, okay, Timber. Yeah, that's mine.
That's yours.
Right, this Timber saw last pick. No.
Timber saw.
I mean, where's he going to want to be? Against the TB lane?
You can put him versus Centaur.
Oh, yeah.
You just put him versus Centaur.
Just leave him on his own.
Yeah.
Get the dazzle mid. Maybe have devs.
No, you just got aggressive, don't you, with the CK dazzle lead.
Did he mess something up here?
No.
He's dire?
He's ready.
Oh, he's ready. I'm just...
You're good.
Yeah, here we go.
There you go.
Alrighty.
So, Timber Dazzle, or... Yeah, that makes sense. It's another hero that's gonna create a lot of space in the mid-game for that Arc Warden to just chill and farm with his Midases, so... Overall, yeah, their draft is looking solid.
Oh, let's have a look.
They did not expect that Arc Warden that Shadow Demon to be mid.
No?
But I don't think Arc Warden loses that lane. Like, it's not the hardest lane ever for Arc Warden, so... In that way, I think they're fine. But overall, I'm still gonna go with the TB and the Centaur for my prediction.
I have to agree so as well. We saw yesterday what RTW could do with the TB, and OG got Grimstroke and Lich. So this holy duo of supports that teams are not normally allowed to get through a draft, but they got it.
Yep. They have the silences for the Timber. They have the Purge.
OG's Grimstroke Lich, lads.
Yeah. We're going with OG.
Yeah,
we're going all with OG.
Are you going to OG as well?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? Okay.
I'm thinking even if, let's say old lanes go the way of NIP and that offlane is doing great with a CK and all that, I'm thinking OG will be able to hold the late game, and then late game there's a Terrorblade, and Terrorblade's going to win anyway. So even if everything's going right for NIP, late game will still sway the way of OG for me. But we're going to find out. I do think that NIP has got a draft that they're happy with, and that if they are going to go with that aggressive tri-lane, that CK, I mean, it's been working for them before, and
I don't know, you're playing that CK into Lich Grimstroke combination.
Sure, but I
into
think
Shadow Demon with Purge.
I believe they know something about it that maybe we haven't seen their games here on this stream, so I'm still going for OG, as said, but I wouldn't count NIP out just yet. Let's find out what's going to happen. We are in game 1. It is a best of 3 series, so even if it doesn't go the way of NIP, they'll have another chance. Vice versa as well, of course. It's for OG as well. And the firecrackers are cracking. Happy Lunar New Year, Year of the Pig. It is today, right?
I think it was yesterday. Oh, that was last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
Last night?
Yeah, so last night.
That's why we got pigs everywhere.
Yeah, 3-3 on that CK, hanging above this rune. We aren't really gonna see anyone fighting, it seems, early on. And they do have that favorable Timber versus Centaur lane. Like, Centaur does well early on, but Timber takes over after a while, so that's probably to be expected on that safe lane.
Yeah. Looks like we are going to have dual lanes, by the way.
Yep.
3 NIP runes. And 1 for OG.
Oh, so NIPs, they are getting those core matchups that they wanted.
Yeah.
And we'll see what they can do with them. And yeah, this top lane's pretty deadly, you know, when they get level 2s online in terms of the catch and the stun and the stomp. But obviously OG having the Lich there means that all of that damage is going to be blocked.
I would love to see this ET just get a lot of stacks and come here with damage because they don't have any stuns.
Yeah, we'll see.
So he's gonna be able to hit quite hard early on.
We'll see if OG block that count. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. So you sort of have to if the ET's on the top lane.
TT's taking a beat.
Getting bullied here. There's a tri-lane top here for OG as Centaur is by himself on that bottom lane.
He's gonna have a lot of moments
paying
with
the
now.
price.
He's
very speedy though.
What did
And he
Jay
has a
take
salve.
level 1? Is it Inkswell or?
Yeah.
So that's. I think if he had that first spell, perhaps they could chase him. I think
tipping happening.
Actually, as long as Ace isn't hit by Shadow Poison on this lane, I think he loves it because he's a hero with low mana pool, low health pool, and he's gonna benefit a lot from those sticks. So.
Just have to be careful for those charges indeed. Wouldn't you rotate that Dazzle top? Or does Timbersaw... Oh, alright, now I guess
You
not.
kill him and now maybe you rotate.
I like it, because Seb earlier of course had the reverse tip. PPD just giving him a taste of his own medicine. I guess you're not rotating top. No. Not if you can get
There was some banter a long time ago between PPD and Seb, if I remember.
they are both pretty strong on their Twitter game.
Yeah, didn't PPD tell him now, like, go back,
make one of your
trash teams,
trash
trash teams. Yeah, I remember that.
What was he flaming at you or something? I'll look it up. We need to quote the drama.
We need to quote the drama indeed.
Timber died to the tower.
It was something like,
The drama.
I think, what was that team of
Go
Seb?
make one of your EU trash stacks.
Yeah.
Was it?
He was playing for a stag that had a French organization behind it.
Sigma.
No, not Sigma. They don't really have a Dota team anymore.
Seb versus PPD.
What was that?
Here we go.
He was playing with...
So Mad, I was going to say it in a French accent, but then I realised that might be mean, so I won't do that. I'll say it in a very British accent. So Mad said, watching EU qualify all day and then watching this shit show, I can't believe the ratio to qualify is actually highest in this one. It's bullshit. And then PPD said, feel free to put together another one of your shit teams and come lose in the NA qualifier next year. And then Mad said, you gotta come say that face to face next time we meet. And that was the end of the drama.
Yep.
Wow, those are some strong words, man. Face to face.
Face to face. That's some see you at LAN.
That's some see you at LAN.
Which year was this?
What year was this? 1982.
I don't know.
This was 2016. That's recent.
If these two teams qualify, though, they must have met on a LAN before.
They have already met on LAN.
They have, but they let this be forgotten.
They did.
Now we found it, and we expect some brawl. What do we expect?
Well, we expect tips back and forth and them to really try hard. Obviously, there's a major invite on the line, so they would have tried hard anyway. We did also see ILW die, by the way. That was a big thing. Maybe they can get a return kill here on 3-3 CK. Sun coming out from the Inkswell, and the turnaround coming with PPD teleporting in as well.
So,
and that is ILTW dead for a second time here on the top lane.
Slamming him down.
Can we just go in ILTV? Isn't that easier? I don't know, whatever. Nothing.
ILTW?
LTW.
Yeah, it's whatever.
What do you want to call him?
No, it's fine. ILTV.
If it's not V, it's W.
Yeah, but yeah.
ILTW.
The we is, yeah,
It's
I know.
fine. Whatever.
How's the
Yeah, so ILTV. That's how he would pronounce it.
Is that how you pronounce it? Oh.
Yeah, that's how he would. If he's CIS, he is, I think.
Yeah, he is.
He's one of those CIS players.
4-4 in terms of the kill score. Runes are going again 3 for NIP, 1 for OG, and gold graph slightly in favor of NIP. With the lanes, these supports are still shuffling about a little bit.
Ace. He's scouted by No-Tail. He pings something out. No-Tail pings him out. They wanna go here actually. They're stacking the poison. No-Tail with it.
Well, they've got good control.
Yeah.
They should easily be able to have the damage.
4 stacks.
Goodbye, Ace.
There you go.
He's gone there.
Young successful. Whoa, what's going on here? PPD.
What you doing there? He
He's
was
deep.
chasing down that Terrorblade once again. And Metamorphosis is used for this as well.
PPD has boots. I mean, he's gonna use that method to farm the jungle now, so...
Yeah,
there's that.
have to.
He's staying away from that top line.
That top lane has been very hard for them. He did find CS on TB, but he realizes maybe that they are a bit too strong at the moment, so...
Center versus Terrorblade versus Timbersaw. You guys said it would be a Timbersaw favorite, but should it be this Timbersaw favorite, or is that just because PPD was hanging bottom?
I mean, PPD gave him an edge, definitely. I think Centaur...
the first puzzle was
Centaur early on can even perhaps be even or beat Timbersaw, like first few levels, but definitely Timbersaw takes over, so... but PPD being there made it a no contest, basically. He just helped out a lot.
Is that a problem for OG?
I mean, the biggest impact that Centaur is gonna have is the... Oh, he's gonna die again, maybe.
They got backup. They've got a lot of backup coming in. PPD and Saxon will be there, and they'll look to just run them both down. No-Tail's going to get popped by the Spark Graves, and Thompson, he's got to back up. The Wraiths are there, and they're going to look to dive as PPD keep hitting into him. Thompson cannot escape as another Wraith is down. PPD on a killing spree.
Yeah, that first blood really helping out PPD with his bullets. He's everywhere. Pretty good counter there, counter kill.
Chasing down 3-3. There's ILTW close by as well. He was ready to take the kill if it comes his way. Let's see if he can get that right click. 3-3 is so speedy though.
Lich,
so Lich will take the last hit, yeah.
No-Tail getting it.
This Timbersaw's certainly going to be a problem, I think. He's got a lot of places he can go on this map and start killing people when he wants to. And obviously for the time being, Fighter can just push down this bottom lane and no one will really want to go down there to do anything about him because of how leveled and palmed he is. Top lane, they do manage to get PPD.
Yeah. Oh, he's going in again. He has to be careful though. He basically has Rune of Regeneration, so that's why he wanted to waste all of his mana.
And every time he's forcing TP's mid. So the attention is drawn away from his other cause, the Terrorblade. Able to get a bit more space.
So far, Corden not doing kind of well, not really struggling way too much.
Sitting on 12 stick charges as well, even if he gets ganked, then
should be able to survive.
Should be able to survive indeed. Speaking of surviving,
and Sep's got to get himself away from this one. Fighter. He's chasing. Has he got enough mana ready to do so now? Maybe if the Chakram hit, but it isn't going to be the case. The Sep gets out of there.
So far, this Shadow Demon hasn't really been able to force him out of the lane like he did that SF yesterday.
Yeah. But he's still doing good in the farm.
Well, they're
He is.
Yeah.
They're trading evenly.
Yeah.
The thing is, honestly, when you're playing versus Arcord, and there are some heroes that crush him on that lane, and you could have picked those heroes instead of Shadow Demon mid. But maybe the Shadow Demon is gonna do more afterwards. So.
Or maybe as we said, they didn't expect the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, they didn't. But they haven't lost the lane to him.
No,
it's not like they were super surprised either. Maybe they expected it, they just didn't really care too much about it, yeah.
That's definitely a big possibility. That's down bottom, Seb.
Still struggling. He would have used his ultimate.
He dodges that well.
Yep.
PPD is coming, but he should be fine. There's Lich as well.
There's a space for 33 to farm up and get his
That
jumps
CK is
complete
going to
top.
be big, right? Like, that CK is actually doing really well.
CK is doing, yeah.
I mean, because, Fodder and 33 are getting this sort of farm, they are going to be these cores that can really put pressure on around the map and
They have a
make
courage
space for
here.
X, and
They might actually be able to get him. It is a
do
hard
they
kill.
have the magical damage?
They got 3 stacks, 4 stacks.
PPD is there.
PPD's here.
So they're
Savior.
unlikely to be able to pop Fodder, so he'll get himself away. It's regenning up. QPD is now running away,
Back
but
in.
does not manage to pick up the bounty in front of all the
Yeah.
faces, and Fodder does try and go back in. Frost Shield slowing down PPD, Stampede being used as well as Seb gets himself on top of the Dazzle. PPD being punched down, he's got a grave, so make Seb work for this one. Fodder, they were still trying to chase him, in fact PPD pops to the poison. Poison was upon him, so they let him be and he does drop. Jarek now turns, tries for a Soulbind, but no connection now, will Link. If you got anything to follow through, that doesn't look like it is 33. He pops the ult straight away. The double disruption does come into play. They're trying to finish off Fodder. Can they burst him in time? A timber chain's back up. Fodder's out of there.
Should go Thompson?
He's going deep. He's looking for Jax as well. And with the ult, he should have the damage to do so. Jarek's tried to escape with the East-Well, but the pullback's there with the Rift. That's a double kill for 33. And he may not be done quite yet. They're looking towards Seb. The Chakram slow from Fodder comes into play. And NIP get a third.
And only now does Lich get that ultimate. He wasn't really able to use it before as he wasn't level 6.
Oh, that ultimate, they could have really used it. That was a very long, drawn-out fight.
That double disruption, I think it hurt them more than it helped them actually.
They couldn't do anything. They couldn't get the double stuns, which otherwise would have hit, but the bind was over by the time the disruption was over, so it basically protected them.
It bought enough time for 3-3 to come from behind, take care of that Shadow Demon instantly. I mean, one of the problems for Shadow Demon is that you're still that squishy Shadow Demon. It doesn't matter that you're mid. You need mobility. You need a Blink Dagger after you get your Ether Lance or whatever he's buying. Once that Blink Dagger is up, then perhaps you can position yourself well. But until that's there, that CK just eats you alive.
Yeah. The power of the 33 CK. We're certainly seeing it so far.
Well, it's only one tier 1 tower taken on their bottom lane on the side of OG, so that is a bit of a silver lining for them. I mean, they just want to draw this game out as long as possible, right? They just want the game to last. So, as long as they can keep protecting their towers and keep farming somewhere on the map, they're going to be okay.
You are right, but I'm not certain how much impact this CK is going to have later on, as he did have a good start. That's a Dazzle. That's just PP.
I'm saying OG wants the game to draw out.
Yeah, I know. But still, YR versus an Arc Warden.
True. Mid lane talking about the Arc Warden, they've got on top of them.
The strength of the Centaur.
YR versus an Arc Warden, but now he's dead. Now he's still pretty vulnerable. Terrorblade is doing okay as well.
3-3 is just doing the normal CK carry build, honestly. This is what you would buy, maybe an Armlet or Midas, but this is definitely very powerful. He already hits hard. So many shiny orbs in that quick buy. The Manta, the Skadi.
Dire are scanning.
Orbs.
Scan from OG, bit of an interesting one there on the river. Not really catching anyone. Do they want to make a movement? Looks like you might want to try and find Fada again. Hello.
That's a hard kill.
Yeah, that's pretty much the...
Does he have wood? No, he went for a mech. Alright, he's gonna have Greaves then, right?
Ooh, that's 2.
That's interesting. Not really something we see very often. Yeah.
I mean, I guess if with the speed that Fara's been able to farm, he's going to get on a very good time for the team. And 33 diving in, they find Seb. Seb in the jungle caught out. 33, he's looking for more. He'll throw the stun out onto No-Tail. No-Tail will be able to keep himself on with the Frost Shield. Now tries to turn. Metamorphosis is out. They'll look to try and turn things onto 33. 33, he's popping the ult though, and he's actually getting out of there. They're hitting the illusion. 33 is able to reality rift, pick up another. Should finally fall as they'll find the kill to Seb with the triple kill, and OG aren't done yet. They're trying to chase for fodder. A buyback has been Been used by Saxa.
What a great buyback from Seb as well.
Yeah, that was worth it.
Definitely. Buyback into a triple kill any time of the day.
Any day.
And the tier 1 potentially as well here in the mid lane as OG looking to make the most of this metamorphosis.
Fortify comes out, and there's still an Arc Warden defending here, as well as the bot back Elder Titan. It looks like that might just be enough.
And Magnetic fills out. The full lineup of NIP have now respawned. As OG don't want to push too much when the meta wears out. Fana has found Jerax on his own. Doesn't look like he wants to try and chase any further.
I really like the drifts, by the way, on Timber. It's not only that it's great utility, it also cleans most of these debuffs, which is really good for you, right? Versus the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, for
really
sure,
well.
yeah, against the ST.
Seb suddenly...
That's another kill. And that was on 33 as well.
Yeah, Seb suddenly putting into the 6th gear, destroying them. Stopped indeed. Yeah.
Fueling that fire with the chat lines. As the gold grab, I mean, Nips was doing well early on. They started to get a lead, but it's been kept even since then. Also, mostly because ILTW has just been keeping up with the farm as well, of course.
What's the optimization of Arc Warden at the moment? What does he have? He had that Midas, he has Maelstrom, just your
That's it.
old school build on Arc Warden, nothing extraordinary.
Things different. Treads and Mjolnir next. You can start applying some pressure all across the map.
Right now he can't really contribute a whole lot. He can maybe fight, but he'd rather stay as far away as possible, because it's like with that Weaver, honestly. If you get clipped with some stun, if they get on top of you, you're just gone. So...
Oh yeah, we have full Greaves on Fana. I mean, they can really gear up and push together as a unit now.
Yeah.
NIP.
I mean, they can, NIP, because it doesn't look like OG, alright, it looks like OG wants to fight. Even though that meta was popped in the jungle, I expected them to just not do anything, because you're terrible.
I mean, yeah,
someone.
He's going to get the jump. He's just picked up the Blink Dagger. They're going to use it to try and catch them off guard. The Chain Frost bouncing around as well. Double disruption will come out. It's going to be down for Sector and Sponstone. That's going to mean that OG had to now start running away. 33 ready to chase with the ult. They'll catch the Grimstroke. Won't catch anything else, but that was OG trying to look for a fight, and the Blink Dagger reveal on Seb, and it does not work out for them. And they are prepared.
They tried to go on Fata.
Yeah, they tried to go on Fata. The tank is still on that team. He has Greaves, and at the same time, I was wondering, like, if you're terrible, just use meta to farm jungle. Like, why would you? I guess they're creating space for him. That's about it. As long as they're fighting somewhere else, as long as they're making stuff happen, that Terrorblade won't get ganked. So that's how I could explain it, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess just over sort of confidence in being able to get a kill with Seb. The damage just wasn't there.
We saw the disruption onto the Soulbind again.
Yep. Doesn't really help them a whole lot, does it?
It does not. Maybe at that point it was mostly to
disengage.
Disengage, yeah. Then it made a lot of sense, but it seemed like it was a little bit too late. Although they only lost one hero. Could have been way worse.
Yeah, and they forced the CK to ult. That's like 135, 140 seconds cooldown. So he's not gonna have
Smoke
it anytime soon.
broke, and they know that someone's farming this camp. Oh, they find someone else though.
They found Notel, but Seb is on the side.
Oh,
that's the bigger one.
He has
Blink.
There we go.
But easy chase for Fana.
Yeah.
You just saw like Reality Rift can't really catch anyone, but at the same time they had the numbers and they find that kill.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a close game because you sort of have on one side things looking good for NIP in the fact that they're proving it very hard for OG to make plays happen with the lineup excluding the Terrorblade, but then obviously for OG they do have this Terrorblade that RTW he's
amazing,
in the farm timings, he's getting the farm,
and he gets a Terrorblade.
And yeah, this hero is incredibly strong, and as you say, there's going to be a point where you're going to just be able to push around this Terrorblade much faster and
Because
harder.
you're going to have Shadow Demon plus Terrorblade. You're going to have a bunch of illusions hitting you.
Yeah.
No, I think if you are an NIP, even though you have Arc Warden, you'd rather fight right now. You'd rather take these fights.
Yeah.
I mean, the Arc Warden is great, but they have the CK as well. That armament is completed though.
Yep.
So he's gonna scale. They have multiple cores that are gonna do very well. To be completely honest, while OG they only have the Terrorblade, the Shadow Demon, like he's gonna fall off once the BKBs are up.
Oh. There you go. They give the catch onto Saxa. Saxa is trying to walk his way back to safety, but with the Stampede pop, they'll run him down and look for more behind him. OG, can they get any further catches? They do have the disruption. 33 is going to be there, and NIP can maybe try and turn a fight, but the soul binds down, locking the two of them together. That's the end of the Arc Warden. The jump's going to be on top of 33 as well. Grave will buy him some time from PPD. He'll go for the TP out, but the poison, he'll burn in base. 33 is dead, and just like that, NIP lose
This is
3 big kills.
Middle tower has fallen.
Can they do so? It looks like they're going for Roche. And they also get the damage still. PPD.
An absolute slaughter there, favouring OG.
I mean, they aren't dead for very long, 20 seconds. I don't know if that's enough time to take Rush, so...
No, it doesn't look like they are going for anything. They put an illusion in the pit.
Yeah, they took the tier 1 on mid as well, and they're satisfied with that. They're still pinging that
the real one too.
I mean, Sub is losing this fight already.
Yeah, he is. LTW already went out of the pit as well. Everybody is fairly low, so if Nip wants to fight this...
Yeah, that's a disaster decision, honestly. You're playing versus Timber, you're playing versus Elder Titan and Spark Rates. Going into that pit is very, very hard, so even though you want to fight, your meta is off. Going back was definitely prudent and smart.
Yeah, the right play for sure.
Saxa going for that BKB and Elder Titan, he's gonna hit quite hard. I love it. Every time I watch this guy, he gets like a BKB, Mask of Madness, something just runs in, deals damage. His aura works better even, so it's really nice.
Yeah, looks like the game once again is brought to a halt. Let's see who makes the first move. Both are not afraid of fights, they just want the fights to be on their own terms. We mentioned earlier how good OG is to make people fight in places that they want to fight in.
Like earlier I said that OG, the Terrorblade is stronger late game versus the Arc Warden, which some people might say is not true, but I honestly think it is. However, on the side of OG, your other cores do not do nearly as much late game as on the side of NIP, so these smokes...
Disruption.
These smokes are definitely necessary, but you aren't finding any kills with them.
Nope. There was a double damage rune on the Terrorblade as well.
The pipe completed too.
Well, actually, Fodder as well, taking the 100 damage rather than the extra armor stacks this game. So
nice.
He's ready to hit buildings.
He's ready to hit people. Definitely. What control do they have? What silences do they have for Timber? You have the silence from the Phantom's Embrace, which is good. You have the Vessel completed.
Yeah, you have the pull from the Lich.
From the Lich and the stuns from Seb. Yeah. So it's not too shabby.
You can combo it.
Yeah.
But he's, Fada's getting bigger and bigger. It's just a question if they can actually kill him during those disables.
With the Vessel, I mean, the Greaves won't help you that much, so he doesn't have Yules or anything to take it off, to take the Vessel off, that is. So I guess I guess they can kill him.
Pause coming from OG.
Is this a bathroom break? What's happening? Explain yourself.
Reason.
The game
What's the reason?
How can you pause and not tell us why?
This is just plain rude.
Come on.
What is it? Lag, voice comms.
What was
mouse,
it yesterday?
Keyboard. Discord.
It was Discord, but he couldn't connect to the game.
Yes.
Good Discord problem.
Mouse,
Discord again, look.
Discord lags, yeah. Discord, what's happening with you guys?
Speak we go.
Yeah.
Thanks for mentioning the reason. Snith also
There we
curious.
go, ready. Ready to go.
Well, that's the wrong team, though. We gotta wait for OG to be ready.
Oh, wait,
They're
hang on.
fast.
Yeah, why is father saying ready? Ready. Yep, screw you, just no problem. We're going.
We're ready.
Ready,
Let's go.
let's go.
Haven't seen Snit in my pubs in a while. I guess
Huh?
Chen got destroyed.
Oh, yeah, Chad.
He's-
Drop some rain.
He's off to Dota chess instantly.
Thanks.
I mean, it's just, it was a close start
Yeah.
so far. I mean, both teams, I don't think going to be too. I mean, the OG are going to be believing in the Terrorblade and NIP, and they're going to be looking at the fact that Ace is he's in a great place, and Fana and 33 are certainly stepping up to easily be able to I mean, even Ace as well. You know, normally this is the hero that's splitting the map and making space for the others, but
One of the
they can do it
best
as well.
Arc Warden players, if not the best player on Arc Warden. So he's definitely, if there's a guy that can carry it, Arc Warden, he's him.
There we go.
You have the CK with the damage, you have the Timber Saw. Honestly, I don't know if this Terrorblade, like LTV yesterday, he did prove us wrong. I don't know if he can do it again today. It's looking much harder, and this Shadow Demon isn't having the same impact he had yesterday. These targets are beefy that he's supposed to take down, like, and this Timber just does not care.
If you were to join, like, to watch this game starting from this moment, like, let's say that pause is the moment where you tune in, who would you favor?
I just favor NIP instantly, because I'd see like CK Timber and Arc Warden and Elder Titan versus Terrorblade. I'd say like, alright, they have everything they need, but at the same time, if OG gets the pick off, if they jump on that Arc Warden instantly with the Centaur, if they ignore that Timber, just control him somehow, ignore him, you take that duration, plus 7 seconds duration on Shadow Demon level 25 for disruption, and you just disrupt him, and you just forget about him, just go away. That's it, that's the plan. I mean, it can work.
Yeah. Illusions of the Arc Warden will be nice.
I mean, the alliances, Koikwa, Timbersaw, he just got cycloned and he didn't do anything. You just cyclone him forever, then you grip him. If you do get that talent, you can do the same here. And you are gonna get to that level. Honestly, this game is gonna last. You're having Arc Warden and Terrorblade.
Every time we have OG here, there's some long games involved. Oh, ILTW might be walking into danger.
Well, now he wants to start something.
Hello.
He's going to go straight into the high ground posture section. He's ready to fight. Metamorphosis in. He wants to begin the action. The rest of OG is going to come in a second to help him out. Does get helped back by a sleep. In fact, the Uspit is down as well. Sends by his side.
He's still Thunder.
But Fada's on top of him. Trying to press him down with the shotgun. Now the Stampede comes out from Seb. They'll decide that this is a fight they no longer wish to take, as Seb will pay with his life. He's getting beaten down. Cannot escape. Thompson does manage to get the kill onto 33, but he's also dead. They've lost 2 on OG. No-Tail's going to fall as well. That was just... I mean, they charged in. LTW wanted to fight. They wanted to go.
That's a ballsy move, but at the same time, your team, he survived, but his team died. But that was funny. Like, he just straight walked in all of them, and he almost died, by the way. But oh no, man!
Maybe he's got silence as well. He can't get out. He dies.
They got him.
All right. I mean, LTW's happy with that fight.
Yeah,
Sure, some of his teammates died around. But
He doesn't
he's dead
care.
alive. He got some kills.
Maybe during that break, he was told, ILTW, we want you to join fights more. Like, he fights. He won't fight. I'll give you a fight.
Yeah, he slapped.
He just
Instantly.
You just go up high ground. I mean, he got that Thunder off. That was pretty clutch. I
was
thought
so
that was
Very close, yeah.
that was going to be leading into a kill as well, but unfortunately for him, it didn't. That would have changed the game, or rather changed the fight as well.
Definitely. He sundered the Timber, right?
Yeah, he did.
Definitely a hard kill. Finish off. And Jerax, you might be a little bit debated, sir.
I think he did forget. Oh, maybe not with RTW in the top. And maybe it's NIP there. But the one that's a little too far. Jerax is going to be back to my side. Oh!
The ultimate.
Oh!
That blink.
The debated became the debater.
Yeah.
Even without the Terrorblade meta, they just charge straight in. They want to do something about this game right now. They realize they're on the clock. Very well played by OG right now.
Yeah, the team play there.
That's how you do it. You don't need no smokes or anything fancy like that. Just run straight into them.
Now these sort of saves that they're making, I mean, both teams had the potential to do so. Thompson on his SD, got PPD on the Dazzle. Both teams with the sustain and ability to keep those crucial cores alive at these key moments in the fights. So RTW queuing up the BKB straight after the Skadi, so obviously indicating that OG want to keep the franticness going and the frequency of fights that they're going to be bringing this Terrorblade to already. Once he has the BKB done, it'll be very hard for NIP to fight back during that 10 seconds.
Yeah, we've seen OG being behind before yesterday, but also, I mean, we know that OG is probably one of the better teams to face when they are behind in terms of strategic prowess. And they get the chance to prove that here as well. If it
I mean, at the moment they're not. I wouldn't.
That's not behind.
Even. It's pretty much dead even. I feel because we are seeing like the Terrorblade. It is a Terrorblade. Like if he gets in position, the fights and the rest of the OG can set up around him. OG very much have that insanely strong teamfight presence from around the Metamorphosis.
It just feels like you have to wait for this Arc Warden still. Like, this hero is awesome, but he just takes so much time. He has double Midas, but still he doesn't really do a whole lot in these fights. He pops a Mjolnir or two on someone like Timbersaw and he goes back. That's it. You can't truly fight them as Arc Warden. You're afraid.
If they get on top of you, you're going to die. You're going to fall over at the moment with the build.
That's a smoke. Oh, they're charging in again.
They're trying to see if they can find them.
Mad lads.
And IP just keeping themselves at a distance. Maybe if they can find a good target to start, they'll go in on them. RTW has that BKB done.
So deep in. Just look at this. This
doesn't care.
Is crazy.
Man to BKB, he's like, whatever. You can try and go on me if you want. I know you won't. There's the Terrorblade. We'll continue to find. In fact, he's ready to start walking in again and maybe find some action. They have got the catch. Instantly PPD on the front lines. He'll be dragged in by Notes out. And NRP now without the Dazzle, without that saving support. I'll have to be a little more cautious about starting any sort of fights.
Buyback. And you have many ways of checking this rush. You shouldn't let this go just for free. I believe they sent that other Titan Spirit in. They managed to slow it down a bit. Maybe you don't even have to buy back on that Dazzle. Just spam them like this.
Oh.
But if they do engage, you're gonna have to. Yeah. You have the illusions as well. So many things. Midas. Use the Midas.
Efficiency.
He used it. He's got it. He forced Jirax to port as well, so he did port right there though. Not really huge. They do stop Prosh though.
They do. They push OG away from the pit. They've got PBD back in the game. And Mendes about to win.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they have so many things to stop that rush with. Spark Rates, Timbersaw, Spirits from Elder Titan. You have to get a pick off before you take that rush. A bigger pick off than Dazzle, that is.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Fought it. Getting very close to having the Lotus Orb done, so he's building obviously incredibly defensive. He's got these auras, this ability to stay on the front lines.
Lotus is necessary for him as well, for many spells, but also for that vessel. You have the Greaves, you have the Pipe, but you need use or Lotus as well. So one or the other is definitely necessary. Lotus is also good versus that Lich ult, right? If you get soul binded versus Shadow Demon's ulti, as Shadow Demon, I think he completed that Aghanim's.
Oh, he should have done. Yeah, Thompson was very close just when they were doing the pit. That's it coming out now.
Yeah.
The Ag's complete, level 20 as well.
And now, 2 charges of disruption. Wasn't there like a... So that's changed, right? They definitely removed the talent in which you had like that long disruption, like plus 7 seconds or something. But now it's the charges, right? Aghanim's give you charges
Yeah,
from your ult.
they changed it a few months back. Yeah.
That damage on Purge is really strong though as well.
And we have it. CFOG ready to try and look to hunt and get the use of this out.
So many charges on this hero actually, like your ulti, your disruption.
No, it's so much control.
Poison.
As long as you can get the positioning right. Yeah, you could control the entire team.
Yeah. Three ultimates, 2 disrupts. Pretty good.
That Roche, still tempting.
Yeah.
I mean, jump forward. RTW's picked up that blink so he can get these positions in the beginning of the fight.
There we go. First Purge is out.
Yeah.
Does have PPD buying though, 33.
He's spamming these poisons though. Look at that.
Yes, BKB out.
Force BKB, yeah. And you can use it on BKB too to slow him again if you want to. If you wanted to, that is.
They'll be happy with that BKB charge. That was one of the first ones, or one of the longer ones anyway.
I mean, the fact that RTW's got this blink means that, you know, Ace, if he does come to the fights, he's got to be even more careful. Because if you have this Terrorblade blinking on top of you, you know, no longer sort of the magnetic field's going to save you.
What's he building? Oh, he's building it for
But
Hex.
Ace is also doing something that is very annoying for OG, and that's what we're going to see a lot more of. Namely, just killing supports and
this is
dying, apparently, as well. That's
with the clone. He's dying with the clone, yeah. So it's
Still
not
a
really
tasty 300 gold for Seb.
But also pressure that is going to be like the only one that can really easily deal with that is either Seb or ILTW. Maybe Topson as well, but any of the cores anyway. Supports would just die.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
Oh, DD we're in here. RTW would love to get his hands on that. Is he nearby?
There's this guy that would love it as well, but he can't really go into the river.
Scythe done on Warden.
Jump into them. Let's go.
Just got blink it. DD.
We've seen it before.
Start the fight.
Doesn't want to charge with DD. This is just.
He wants to at least have Seb close by to follow up.
Not quite looking to take a fight. Obviously, at this point, you know, with the cores that NIP have, any sort of passive time is going to slightly favour them in the speed that they farm compared to the 3 cores of OG overall.
Well, I have a feeling NIP is just happy right now. This Arcorian is already hitting his timings, and this is what he's going to start doing now. You have to pop Sentinel to save No Tail.
Yeah.
Just from that clone. That's not great. You have a BKB on CK as well, and honestly, NIP is looking really strong at the moment, in my opinion.
Well, hovering around the pit, making sure that OG doesn't get any ideas about going for the Roche. Yes, of course, at this stage, very hard to do so. As NIP smoked up, ready to hunt. See if they can find anyone outside and away from the rest of the team mid lane. Both No Tail and Topson.
Well.
As RTW does get the bottom tier 2 tower. TP back from top lane, 2 heroes of NIP ready to prepare in the middle lane. If OG do decide to try and look for the tier 2 here as well. It's already taken a bit of a beating. But as soon as the TPs come in, they're back off. They've got some big items that they'd rather wait on. Jerax is very close to having Hex done on the Grimstroke. So ideally, I want to wait for that before they try and kick off another fight.
Yeah, Hex on Grimstroke. Is MKB even close to be completed on Terrorblade?
No, not too close. Oh no, sorry, very close. My bad, I didn't realise he had the core stuff and Javelin must have just come out of the courier.
So you're gonna have a way to deal with that magnetic field, which is very important in these fights. Terrorblade needed that MKB as soon as possible. He's got it. He doesn't have buyback now though, so that's scary.
No. But that should be good. They still got 2 tier 2s up.
Yeah, but Arc Warden pushes super fast. We'll see though if they even are trying to find a fight soon, or if they also are just happy with getting some more farming items up.
Yeah, NIP just have to be super prepared to protect Ace if he gets caught out in the team fight. If this Terrorblade gets on top of him with the Meta and the MKB,
I think it's like
kill him very quickly.
For CK, you have Lich to deal with. You need Lich, you need a good no-tail ulti plus the Grimstroke ult. You have the Grimstroke's stroke to deal with the illusions because you're going to be dishing out an insane amount of damage per stroke. And for Ace, you have to commit the Centaur and Terrorblade. That's how you approach the fights. If you are OG, Shadow Demon can do whatever, just control them. You use those purges. He's going for Octarine actually, so he's gonna have. Man, that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I mean the charges are just gonna come back so quickly.
Like the Shadow Poison, it's like.
I mean it's already pretty instant.
He has that 1.5 second cooldown talent as well, so.
Yeah, so it's 1 second it goes down to. So with the Octarine, we're down to 2/3 of a second.
Quick maps.
Quick maps. Oh, jeez.
That's one part.
It's half his health gone.
Yeah,
That's his second spell. That's the new way the Soul Catcher works. It basically rips him in half instantly.
Yeah.
And then afterwards you have to kill him.
It is percentage-based damage, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then when he gets it back after
40%.
So you got to kill him quick if you want to go all the way.
Yeah.
But against obviously these big high HP heroes, it's super
it
good.
hurts them.
Great.
Yeah.
Especially if you start the fight off with that.
Yeah.
You just use it instantly, they lose half of 40% of their HP, and then you go in.
There we go. So some of the big items now done for OG. Ags on Centaur, and the Hex complete now for Jax.
Ace, this is his real hero right there.
Oh.
If they
He's
notice
turning
that.
up for the fight.
Ready.
They get the Soulbind onto Ace. He's going to catch the two of them. The double X from Jarex comes into play. RTW going to miss. Puts the BKB, the Metamorphosis. He's ready to fight. PPD buys some time for Ace with the Grave, but it's not enough. They lose Ace. Ace is buying back as they are on the back lines trying to get the easier kills. 33 with his BKB trying to find Jarex. They found 3 of OG. The Stomp, the Sleep, the Hex. They've got themselves the 4th kill. As the buyback pays off. As NIP realize that to get Ace back in, they can fight to their strengths, and they come out on top.
I think they did it on purpose. I think Ace positioned himself that way to force OG into going on him, because you see that you see the main hero instantly jump him.
Yeah.
That's the way it works versus Arc Warden. But NIP, they planned it perfectly. He stays alive long enough to dish out the damage, and the rest of them just clean them up. Shadow Demon was completely controlled by the CK. He jumped him. Thompson managed to disrupt himself into a blink out, but later on Elder Titan was in spot to kill him. So overall, you do buyback on the Arc Warden.
I think that was the intended play.
I'm certain that was a bait. I'm certain that was intended.
Bought so much time, and OG just focused everything on that.
It was a play that NIP absolutely orchestrated around the plan for Ace to buy back. They knew that Roche was up. They say, make them throw everything on your Ace is fine. You're going to buy back, get back in. We'll take Roche. And OG didn't expect that.
I don't know. It's just so amazing to see these plays. It's not only the idea, it's the execution that you have to follow the idea upwards, right? And they definitely do it so well. I just love watching Tier 1 Dota because of that. And like just putting your most important player, your most valuable player on the line like that. Die.
Only in Dota 2. Buybacks.
It's like sacrificing your queen for a checkmate, basically.
Yeah,
pretty good.
it's just looking at the bigger picture, and so it's something obviously that PPD and his captainships, he's always been very good at doing so, and those sort of strategies, these calls.
Can we now finally say that OG is behind?
Oh, absolutely, no. With that play there,
and the buybacks that they wasted, they're definitely behind.
Yeah. This is where OG likes to be. There you go.
We'll see. It's a lot of weight on RTWs.
It really is,
because as you mentioned from the draft, the 3 cores of NIP are just going to scale so well. And Ace is just having a field day.
Yeah, Shadow Demon just dies to anyone that jumps on him as well. So he brings a lot of control, but he can't really approach the fight to bring that control.
I know. We should see there with the way the last fight went. His dreams of the Octarine are dead. Thompson's going to just pick up the Eon disc instead.
Yeah.
So he knows he has to keep himself alive, and Ian Disc obviously works out. It's sure you're not dealing any damage during the proc, but you're still able to lay down the poison. And
you can blink out perhaps and save yourself, but overall, definitely not an item he was planning to go for in this game.
Is I got to stay alive.
Yep.
As look at 33, nearly having the heart. I mean, he's got it. Yeah.
Still try.
Absolutely massive on the CK.
There are two targets now that are almost unkillable. It's the CK and the Timber Saw. Like that.
And even Ace at level 25.
Yep, has all the
this
talent.
game is
Did he take the
very
Spark Rate
heartbreaking
talent or the Lifesteal talent? I wonder. Level 25. I can't remember which one is left, which one is right. Arc Warden. But the Spark Rate talent is also so good. You get like what, plus 350 damage per Spark Rate, and you can spam them all the time. It's just ridiculously good. The Lifesteal, you know, when you have to solo carry, is nice too.
Left is Spark Rate.
Okay, so he did take the Spark Rate. I mean, versus these swishy supports, versus Terrorblade, even that Spark Rate does a whole lot, so. Still a long way to go for the CK, for his level 25.
And for OG coming outside the base,
That's the
very scary.
He's gonna spam some... do they really wanna go?
Thanks for pulling him apart out. Still alive. Great there for PPD, and he's easily out of there.
Oh, that's not
Maybe
bad,
out with the Seb catch. Seb, the roost stomp onto 2. Vada still timber chain available, keeps himself away, but Seb pulls the Stampede, has the vision, allows RTW to kill him with the Metamorphosis. Can lose No-Tail. 33 will simply go for the TP out. No-Tail's going to buy back. The rest of NIP just get out of there.
They all get out, just the people that...
3-3 just barely took any damage from that Terrorblade just pounding on him. It's just...
I actually expected NIP to fight there, to like counter kill them somehow, because they wasted everything on Timber, right?
Yeah.
And then you just turn and fight, but I guess they weren't really in position, everyone. So they just cut their losses with that Timber, and
they can just wait until the BKB is back up on 3-3 and the Metamorphosis is down on the on the Terrorblade from LTW, and maybe go...
Oh, there's a DD.
Oh, DD with the smoke. Rotating bottom.
With the Hex from Jarax, I mean, this is always dangerous. They have a lot of control on this team, and if they manage to find the right way to approach the fight, they can definitely take it.
Well, you can tell Nip is knowing that something's off. Oh, someone tell him. Oh, that was the solution, of course. Was it? Yes, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, but still that illusion.
Pushes the wave so quickly.
Yep.
There's one problem with having Aegis on Arc Warden or Cheese, is that you have one empty slot on your illusion, which isn't really that great. Same as with Rapiers or whatever. He lost that Aegis, by the way, so there we go. It has been reclaimed.
Pino coming out with the supposed to get the bounty, and No-Tail.
He just bought back.
They found him. Stampede will not save the Lich.
Yeah, and you use the Stampede. Not really the longest cooldown ever, but yeah.
Yeah, it means that the rest of the team just has to now play very careful for that time.
Yep.
You don't have that global save.
And Lich down for 70 more seconds.
As NIP starting to take the shrines away from OG and get these easier objectives, and their net worth continuing to rise. Vada sitting on 3,800 gold. I mean, and yeah, this offlane CK, you can certainly see why they pick it first, as it's definitely had its effect this game.
Yeah, you just don't have any way to kill him.
It's just another huge problem for OG that OG can't really deal with at the moment.
Trying to deal with that illusion of Ace.
You have to commit so much to kill it.
And he's gonna get those racks sooner rather than later.
It is good money, at least, every time you kill it.
Yep.
300 gold, that's a lot.
It got nerfed a few times when it comes to gold. So, I mean, it's definitely necessary. Just investing so much into killing that clone and then you get nothing out of it, that's horrible feeling, actually. Okay, Blink, Soulbind Hex from Jerax can definitely be very, very important in this game.
Now we'll get the gem back on them as well for the team. Seax is trying to build an AC. See where Ace does go with his build.
Where does he go?
He is
Where
filling
can
up
he
those
go?
slots.
That's it,
Very
pretty
fast.
much, yeah. He can get a shard now, perhaps.
And by his teammate shards.
Yeah, by his CK a shard. Everyone gets a shard.
Oh, and there's the jump set. He's actually managed to get two of them straight away with the soulbind follow-up. They're going to be able to kill off BPD. Fada falling low as well. Timber Chain as well. Still alive there. They're charging in, but they can't quite kill him off. RTW pops the BKB. No
Ace
the
spot.
control, but Ace, can they finish their arc when they can? They get Ace. Ace is dead for 2 minutes. He'll buy back 2 to try and help the team continue this fight around the shrine. OG lose Seb. Ace back in the fires. They'll get on top of Thompson. Thompson's gone. ILTW now left behind. He's trying to find Ace a second time, but 33 surrounds him with the army. Jerex, can he really save ILTW here? He keeps ILTW alive for a little bit longer, but ILTW Sunder, can he turn and bring anyone down with him? 33 is pretty low, but the Chakram's out from Fada. ILTW's dead and without buyback.
Just try to live as long as possible. If you are Thompson and Jerax, you need to defend.
Yeah.
You need to outpush. You have these heroes that can do it. You have the spam that's necessary. But if this illusion catches up to you, if this clone catches up to you,
Oh, Jax, they got the Hex. He's still got the gem, Jax.
and they're gonna have the illusions now as well to help them out. That's good goal too.
That
They
is
killed
good
it.
goal.
Well, I mean, we saw that as well. I mean, OG...
Oh, they're still going though.
They chose to take that fight around the shrine, and NIP weren't going to mess around at all. They had 3
Oh,
buybacks.
he has no gold actually. He's missing 1,000 gold for that
Looks
buyback.
like they're still wanting to take this high ground.
In they go.
They should definitely.
Yeah.
You have the spam that's needed, but is it enough? That's the question.
They should by now realize that the Terrorblade's not going to come back
He's
anytime
not coming
soon.
back in, NIP. Well, get this middle rack, surely, as OG do not have the firepower to push them back.
Maybe with these Ace illusions, they do
You
work.
can't.
Nah, never mind that.
They're just so tanky on NIP's lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw in that last fight as well, it was so hard for them to kill Fada. They get on top of him, he gets low. But with this build, the amount of armor and regeneration and resistance
Just
he has.
ridiculous, yeah. When they were killing him, if they went for him first, then perhaps he dies, but they didn't.
Unlucky for Nip that there's no Roche yet, but we'll be up soon.
I mean, that fight, you know what happened actually.
Oh.
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, full shield.
The thing that we aren't talking about in that fight is the fact that almost everyone on NIP bought back.
Yeah, 3
buyback.
Yeah, I mean, the important heroes,
It was absolutely worth.
and you lost only one side, so it's not horrible. If you manage to find a good
He's going in with a stampede, but instantly gets stunned. He just ran in to die. He's dead for 90 seconds. The rest of OG can at least make something happen off the back of this. They're heading in. ILTW with the BKB. He's got his hands on top of the arc.
Ace is
He's
down.
dead. Oh, it's a dieback from Ace. He's dead for 2 minutes off that play from earlier by the shrine. He can't get back into the game. It's going to rely on the rest of NIP to make sure that this doesn't go any worse for the side as a whole. Fada's still alive. He's going to get disrupted. 33. He's cleaning up though. This offlane CK coming in big. There's OG that have 3 down. ILTW trying his best to stand tall against them, but again he's outnumbered. Only Jerex by his side. PPD with a grave. Won't be enough to save Fada. Fada's still good in it. But ILTW again. He's still alive. He's going to have Sunder in a second. He's going to get a chance. He is. He's still alive. But they have the burst.
Still no buyback for him.
Fada's going to buy back though because they know OG. Now 4 dead. No buybacks.
You just push.
Just run mid?
Do you have the lanes pushed?
They've
Got the creep wave coming in on the middle lane. They're going to go for the safer option of Roche.
They don't know that he has no
I was going to say,
buyback.
if they knew that there was no buybacks down OG, they'd certainly just go straight for the base and try and take at least another set of racks,
Yeah, that's-
maybe even more.
He has buyback now.
Yeah, he has it.
Picking up the bounty rune was all that was needed, so Jared saving the day
I mean,
there.
that is, as we say, they wouldn't have known that he didn't have it that time. They're going for the safer play, get the Roshan. They don't want to risk losing a fight down the line and letting OG get their hands on this.
They have refresher almost completed on Jerax, so he's gonna have double the hex, so
Double hex, quadruple hex.
quadruple hex, exactly.
Fada with the Aegis. They can just
That
Then it's
looked like a
still
good
good.
fight. That honestly looked like a good fight. TB just destroyed Dark Order instantly, but sadly for them, they are tanky, and there's also the Dazzle with that cooldown reducted grave just constantly saving
He's the
people.
PPD out.
You have to kill PPD if you want to kill anyone else, honestly.
You have to just say, as we trying for Seb. Soulbind, double hex, double chain frost is out. will cause a bit of a hit to him, and Saxa doesn't need to be graved by PPD. But yeah, OG just making sure that they could try and hold NIP off without having to use the buyback at the tail blade. Seb's going to jump in, trying to commit, but this CK is just so damn tanky. 33 is absolutely huge. In fact, Seb, he's cool. Could he get out? He's going to get trapped back. Seb, he's trying his best to run, but the burst is there from Fighter. Seb's out for 100 seconds. LTW jumps in, looking to commit for the fight. He's on top of Ace's Wraith, but Ace himself is back and safe at 33. He's back in, drags on to the Terrorblade. The defensive disruption comes out. Soulbind and Hexhound, the backlines onto the two of them, and now ITW is heading in. He's ready with the BKB, metamorphosis up, no reflection as well. He's found PPD, but PPD with the self-grave will buy himself some time. As they look towards elsewhere, can he get 33? That's the question. No, 33, back up to full. He's able to try and pull ILTW back in. The Lincoln Sphere blocks the reality win, doesn't block the stun. Defensive disruption again from Thompson in an attempt to keep ILTW alive. He's still alive for now, but the rack starting to get hit on by 33. Thompson, Aeon Disc is procced by Ace's Spark Wraith. As Thompson is trying to head in and see if they can get some sort of catch. ILTW having to use the Sunder on the Wraith to stay alive. No-Tail's charged in, but Fighters, he's on top of him, and so is 33 and Ace. That's going to be another dead hero without buyback. No No-Tail, no Thompson. ILTW and Jay's the last two left alive. He does kill off the Elder Titan at the least. He'll get a Sunder off. BKB's popped by NIP. They're charging in. Have the Hex. He's dragged back. Is anything Jared can do to save ILTW? That is not. ILTW falls. He has buyback though. As the top rank starting to fall, and Ace just clearing up kill after kill on the ILTW. It's all on ILTW, but the Hex is there. He's dead. He's out of it. GG is called as NIP take game one.
What a game.
What a game indeed.
I mean, the draft and the CK. This is why they'll just pick that offlane CK first. I mean, he just had such an impact the whole game.
Yeah, he definitely did so much. I mean,